And good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending upon where you are around the world. I am Marcus Holmes, the love activist, and I love that you are here live with us on December 14th for another topic coming from our inbox. So I'm going to click share and tag a few folks to join us. I hope you will do the same across all of the wonderful groups. I appreciate you joining us. Those of you that are via Restream with us on Twitch TV and YouTube events, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for your shares and follows. We appreciate it. And we're excited to have you across all platforms. And so I hope that you will click share, tag someone to join us, 5 of your closest Facebook friends or YouTube event connections or Twitch followers, 5 of the more popular ones to join us in the discussion. And so I wanted to give you an opportunity to just click share and join us. What a wonderful season that we are in, the season of giving. And giving is really a lifestyle, but we're certainly in a season of giving. And I'm excited that you are here with us. And so I am going to tag a few folks to join us. And I hope that you will do the same and tag some folks to join us today. Let's see. All right. Just tag a few folks to join us. All right. And I'm so grateful that you are here. All right. All right. Take a moment and click share and tag someone to join us across all platforms. We'd love to have you and love to have you tune in and chime in to our topic, which I'm going to pin in just a moment. Our topic I'll pin in just a moment. All right. Gonna get it going. All right. All right. Hope you will click share and tag some folks to join us. All right. All right. We're tagging some folks to join us now. All right. All right. Giving it a second to do that. And we'll try to share it with some. If we can click it on. No, it won't let us do it that way. All right. I hope you will click share and tag someone to join us wherever you may be watching us from, whether you are on Twitch TV, YouTube events, Facebook here on the Love and Stuff community page or the Marcus R. Holmes page. We're excited that you are tuning in. All right, Bilal, thank you for joining us. I hope you will click share and tag some folks to join us in the topic. I'm going to post that topic in just 1 second and pin it. And that way you will have the topic straight from our inbox. Why don't you take a moment and click share and tag someone to join us right now? It's a great topic, and we'd love to have your input in this great topic. All right. I posted it and I'm going to pin it. All right. Just pin the topic. Good evening. Good evening. Click share and tag someone to join us. While you're doing that, I just want to go on the record that among your many stocking stuffers, a wonderful gift to have, of course, is the Gratefulness Journey every day. What are you doing in the next 30 days to transform your life? And we'll be talking a little bit later. Thank you, Valencia Sheila Tate. Click share and tag someone to join us. We'll be talking a little later about how you can help us bless some families as you did last year through our love boxes. And so those love boxes are available on our Shopify site. I will highlight them on screen and you'll be able to click the button right here and do live shopping very shortly. But before we do that, I want to get us into our topic. And I hope that you will click share and tag some folks to join us in this topic, um, which I think is an interesting topic, especially this time of year. I think people getting into relationships and new relationships um, find themselves sometimes in an interesting place. And so um, I wanted to broach this topic with you, and I'm still tagging some folks to join us across platforms. Thank you if you're joining us. I see some folks on YouTube events. Thank you so much. Some folks that are joining us on Twitch TV and a few folks that are joining us on Facebook. I appreciate you all being here, and I hope that you will click share, tag 5 of your closest Facebook friends, YouTube event connections, or Twitch followers, 5 of the more popular, to join us in this discussion. Would love to have you join us in this discussion straight from an inbox discussion. All right, I'm going to go into the topic and I'm going to keep sharing as I go, just to get some folks uh, on the topic with us. All right, plenty of good folks in the Love and Stuff community. And if you haven't already, you need to go and join inside of Love and Stuff. There is going to soon be an opportunity for you to win um, a fitness membership. We're going into the new year and we are serious about our self care. It's a 12-month journey that we're going on. It's a lifelong journey, but 12 months of that journey we're going on. And you'll have an opportunity to win a membership for a year. And you don't want to miss that opportunity. So make sure that you go and join Inside 11 Stuff. Of course, you have to be a member of Inside 11 Stuff to um, win that prize, but we'd love for you to win it. All right, I'm clicking share. All right. All right, going into the topic. All right. As you can see, the topic is pinned. When is the right time to give? Uh-oh, did it pin everything on there? Okay, let me make sure. All right. When is the right time to give? I met a great lady on Thanksgiving and we clicked right off. We have talked every day and been on several dates, he says. I went with her grocery shopping and the subject of Christmas gifts came up. I had planned to exchange, I hadn't planned to exchange gifts at this point, but she is hinting at her list and her 2 kids' list. I ain't even met them kids, he says. I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I'm not Santa Claus yet. It's kind of feeling like a red flag. Am I wrong? So I want to hear from you. Seems like I'm having trouble with the comments. Let's try it again. Okay, let's see. Okay, hopefully those comments will come through. So what do you think? This gentleman says that he's met a very nice, a great lady, he says, uh, during Thanksgiving, actually on Thanksgiving. He met her on Thanksgiving and they've been talking every day since. They clicked right away. And it just so happened that they went grocery shopping, or he went grocery shopping with her. And she is now saying, thank you, Gwen Patrick and Dion Falconer, for joining us. Click share and tag someone to join us. I want to get your opinion. She hinted to him about her Christmas list and about her kids' Christmas list, but he hadn't planned on exchanging gifts at this point. What do you think? Is that a red flag? Is it just a case of where people have different love languages? What do you say? I want to hear from you. What do you say? Tag some folks, and I'm gonna keep trying to tag some folks. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're interested to come live on the screen with me, we can make that happen as well. But at least in the comments, drop in the comments whether or not you think a month, because that's just about what it is. It's a month. A month is too early A month is too soon for people to exchange gifts. Is that too soon? Does it depend on the folks? Does it depend on how quickly the relationship is moving? What do you say? I want to hear from you. Okay. And while I'm hearing from you, I also want to um, start featuring from our playlist our gift boxes. Our gift boxes are available. 100% of the proceeds that go to these gift boxes, if you click on the link and shop, go to families in need. And we're identifying families who we can bless next week for the Christmas holiday. They may want to pay a bill with whatever monies we collect. They may want to um, buy clothes. They may want to um, buy food. They may want to do something else with the money that we will gather, but 100% of what you give to the gift boxes will be um, shared with them. So you can buy the smallest gift box is $10, the largest is 50, and the medium gift box is 20. So it's 10, 20, 50, and 100% of those proceeds. So there are no administrative fees. We're going to collect those your gifts and give them to the families in need. We'll divide them equally among families, and the family to qualify doesn't have to be mother and father. Could be single mother, could be an older couple, it could be a single dad, a single mom with children. However, we want to be a blessing as we were last year. So any of those gift boxes you can definitely purchase. All right, I just wanted to do that. And now I'm going to go back to the topic. That link is again available for you, and we are featuring um, the gift boxes, just so you know that. All right, so back to this topic. Is there a right time to give when you're new in a relationship? That's really what I think this guy is asking. Hey, I met her on Thanksgiving. It's literally not been a month, and the Christmas gift topic came up, Christmas came up, gift giving and shopping came up, and she hinted what's on her list and hinted to her friend what's on her kids list. I asked him, would you consider her your girl, your girl? He says, we're getting there, we're not quite there. I said, so does that mean you're dating exclusively? He said, well, I won't say dating exclusively, but I'm spending most of my date time with her. And I asked, does she know that? Is she thinking something different? He says, well, I never asked her, is she ready to date exclusively? Because that's not a question we've gotten to so far. So he's saying, hey, I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't want to stop what we got going on, but I don't want this pressure of buy me gifts and we haven't known each other a month. Is that a red flag? Would anybody see that as a red flag? I'm just curious. Drop in the comments and let me know. Is that a red flag to you, or is it like Gary Chapman's language of love that some of us love in different ways, right? We don't all love the same way. Bilal says he needs to have an honest conversation with her because he is feeling some way. If the relationship is important, he will have that conversation. If he wants to give, that's one thing. If he wasn't thinking of giving, he shouldn't. Okay, great advice. Great advice. Darren says, not too soon to exchange gifts or to give a gift, I think, but certainly too early to be dropping hints about Christmas lists for children. I thought that was interesting too. And welcome, Darren. I guess I'm not seeing everybody across all platforms. I love to announce people in. I know some people tell me I don't want to come in because I'm afraid you announce me, but you don't understand something that I learned from this great man that I highly admire. His name is Dr. Carlisle Fielding Stewart III. And he often would say, your presence is a gift. And I so believe that. And so I always want to announce people coming in the room because your presence in the Love and Stuff community is a gift to me and the entire community. And so that's why I announce people as they come in if I can see them across pages. So if I don't announce you, it's because I can't see you. You're joining from some other page. And for some reason, the settings aren't allowing me to say, I see you. I think people need to be seen, they need to be heard, they need to be acknowledged. And even if you're not seeking that, I want to do that because I want you to know that your presence is a gift to Marcus Holmes and it's a gift to the Love and Stuff community. So I had to get that out. And Darren is certainly a gift to our Love and Stuff community, as is Bilal and all of the other folks. So I just wanted to say that I didn't see him coming in. But he says, yes, flaming red flag. I'm kind of concerned too that she's kind of hinting for the kids. I kind of talked to a younger person who thought, if you love kids, that's not a big deal. It just depends on your love language. It kind of feels a little red flaggish for her to be suggesting at this point in their relationship. And I think that the mere suggestion is telling him something. In one of the coachings that I do, I talk about connections, and that's one of the B's of connection is be aware. Be aware of what people are sharing with you, right? People aren't just typically haphazardly sharing something. They're starting to reveal their authentic selves. And so I think in this hint, she might be telling him something more than hint, hint. She's telling him something about her, and he's got to kind of pick up on that and take it for what it is and find out what it is. That's our business when we're connecting with people, to find out what they're telling us. So it kind of felt, I don't know if, within a month you introduce somebody to your kids. Now, I was talking to Autumn, a millennial, and she was saying, but the kids don't have to know that the gift is from him. They don't have to know he's Santa Claus. He can meet the kids at a later time if he wants to do something for the kids. And I think, I think that's acceptable if he wants to do something, but he had not intended to buy anything for her or the kids, but he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. So, Bilal, you jumped out, and I appreciate that. Patricia Henderson, so long. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I haven't seen you here or coffee chat or anywhere, but I know you're busy conquering the world. Click share and tag someone to join us. We're talking from the inbox about exchanging gifts, and I'd love to hear from you. If you met someone on Thanksgiving, would it be too soon for you to exchange gifts with them? And how would you feel if he hinted to you, hey, I certainly would like a pair of Ugg boots? Or if he hinted to you and said, hey, I certainly would like the scarf I see in the store. Or, hey, my daughter certainly would like that bundle of hair that you got. Not that you got, because you got all the real stuff, but my daughter would like those sassy wigs or whatever. Would you feel some kind of way? Would that be a red flag to you? How would you respond to that? I'm very interested to hear from you. If you will chime in, drop it in the comments. And those of you that are just joining, thank you for joining us on Twitch TV and YouTube events. Thank you for helping us to slowly build that following. And thank you for those of you who are here on Facebook from where we are emanating. You know, there is a special group called Inside of Love and Stuff. And if you join tonight, you may have the opportunity to win a membership to a gym in your area. All next year, we're going to be talking about self-care, and each month there will be a different focus on how you can take better care, how I can take better care of myself, you yourself. I believe self-care is love speaking to you. And so if we're going to get into that self-care, I think we have to be serious about the journey. And that's why we have a group called Inside of Love and Stuff. And inside of love and stuff is if you're on a love journey, if you're on a healing journey, if you're on a reconciliation journey, you definitely want to join Inside of Love and Stuff. So make sure you do that before tonight. Patricia Taylor has joined us. Valencia Etner has joined us. I'm seeing wonderful folks who I've been missing. Some of them in Love and Stuff. Of course, Mama V has been studying hard. We're so proud of her, working toward her doctoral degree. And we're thankful that she's here. I hope you will click share, Patricia, Valencia, Patricia Henderson, and Taylor, and Darren, and all of you. Hope you will click share. Patricia Taylor says, I think it's a bit early for Christmas gifts. Thanksgiving was just about 3 weeks ago. What they know about each other? Well, I think they know that they like each other. I'm just playing devil's advocate. But I agree. I want to hear your opinion on this. What if her love language or his love language is giving gifts or receiving gifts? Would that make you think differently about this being too fast or too slow? I personally think a month is kind of quick. And I think sometimes women might find a good guy and say, "Good, he's one. Let's do this." And she might lock in a little more quickly than a guy who might say, "Okay, what baggage? What am I getting into? What is this? Am I getting into it? Is what I'm getting into better than what I'm in?" We do a little bit of different value proposition. Many times, gentlemen do. Chime in, gentlemen, if you want to acknowledge that. And so a woman might say, check, check, check. He might check all the boxes and she say, okay, let's get into gift giving, where he's like, I haven't even said we're dating exclusively. So that communication is pretty big, isn't it? Pretty big to have. We are talking live. And I'm going to take a station identification again to invite you to, I am showing, I believe I am showing an opportunity for you to join us in giving. We last year we gave to families, different families around the country, and we want to do the same this year. We will need your love box donations, which you can do by clicking the link that's there, in the amount of $10, $20, $50. Where does that go? It goes to families for them to, maybe they will use it'll be a monetary gift card to purchase food, or maybe toys for their kids, or maybe blankets. If it's a senior couple, they may want some extra blankets, or rent. They may want to pay it towards some rent payment, or some utility bill might not be enough for the rent. But we do it because we want to increase the amount of love in the world. And we want somebody in the world to know that somebody was thinking enough to give, just as we celebrate Christmas. And I know people that don't celebrate Christmas and think and say that Jesus was born in September. I understand that. But we give because God so loved the world. The degree to which God loved caused a sacrifice. And so maybe you have $10, or maybe you were planning $10 to do something differently. We hope that you will consider this opportunity so that we can help families. So it's the small gift box is $10, the medium gift box is $20, and the large gift box is $50. We're not actually sending you a box. We're sending 100% of the proceeds when you purchase to help these families, just like we did last year. We were able last year to help 5 families, and we'd like to help as many if we can. And there is a family that we've been trying to keep a commitment to continue to assist them in various ways. A lot of challenges there. And sometimes I just believe we don't know how blessed we are. So if you're feeling blessed, if you're feeling grateful, and you have any Christmas money left, bonus money left, or just good money left, consider purchasing one of those gift boxes to help families that are in need in this season. It is the season to give. While love is a gift, love is a lifestyle of giving. It is a season of giving that we are commemorating now, that we are celebrating now, and I hope that you will join us in that. All right, back to the topic. Um, I wanted to ask about how this conversation should go. How should he say, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable buying gifts"? How does that conversation go? I'd love to hear from you. Those of you that have joined, L. Andrew Turner, thank you, sir, for joining us. I hope you will click share and tag someone to join us. Is it too early to give somebody a gift, and to hint toward gifts after a month of dating? Is that too soon? I want to hear from you. Is that too soon? And those of you that are watching us on YouTube events and Twitch TV, welcome and thank you for joining us. Click share. Tag 5 of your closest YouTube event followers, 5 of your closest connections on Twitch TV. And of course, we're here live on Love and Stuff, emanating live on Love and Stuff, live on all of the platforms, but emanating from our Love and Stuff community. Share it to the Marcus R. Holmes page. And so anyone that's joining us, any and everybody, please chime in. All right, just want to check across platforms. All right, make sure I am capturing everybody. I appreciate you for joining us, and I hope that you will click share and tag someone. All right, cool. Fantastic. All right. Looking for your comments. Trying to catch up with your comments. Okay. Jerome Rutledge just joined us. Thank you, sir, for watching. Hope you'll click, share, and tag someone. I'd love to ask this question to you, and I hope you'll respond to me in the comments. Such an intelligent young brother, even though I'm not that much older than you, Mr. Rutledge, but in my mind, I'm a little older than you. If you met somebody on Thanksgiving, you met a beautiful lady on Thanksgiving. Marilyn Hamilton has joined us. You met a beautiful lady on Thanksgiving, and it's now December 14th, and you all go grocery shopping. You just happen to tag along, and she starts to hint to you about what's on her Christmas list, and starts to hint to you what's on the Christmas list of her children. But you're not there yet. You're not ready to give. You just been dating a month. You haven't even met her kids. From our inbox topic, the gentleman says, when is the right time to give? I met a great lady on Thanksgiving and we clicked right off. We have talked every day and been on several dates. I went with her grocery shopping and the subject of Christmas gifts came up. I hadn't planned to exchange gifts at this point, but she is hinting at her list and her 2 kids list. I ain't even met them kids. I read it that way, and I don't even know if that was his inflection, but that's the way I read it. I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I'm not Santa Claus yet. It's kind of feeling like a red flag. Am I wrong? I want to hear from you. I think I saw Karen Poole joining us. Thank you so much if that was you. I'm not, for some reason, it's not showing me who's coming in the room. And I love to announce the folks that are coming in the room because your presence is a gift to me. And it's a gift to the Love and Stuff community. And I need you to know that you have already made Christmas such a wonderful festive time because your presence is a gift. So I want to hear from you. Jerome, I want to hear from you. Karen, if that was you. Marilyn Hamilton, anybody else that's in the room. What do you say? Is it too soon? Is it too soon for gifts when you met somebody on Thanksgiving? Patricia says it's a bit early. Because what do they know? Darren says not too early, but the hinting is a problem. It's a red flag. And Bilal says, don't be bullied into giving. He didn't say it that way. That's the way I read it, Bilal. Don't be pushed into giving. But, have a conversation if the relationship is important. But if you hadn't planned to give, don't do it. I want to hear from you. What do you say? If you met a great lady or met a great man, ladies, and it's only been a month and he's like, hey, I kind of like some Versace. Yeah, my son would like a pair of sneakers. Would you feel some kind of way if you thought he were hinting to you about what he wanted? How would you feel? What would you say? Feel free to drop in the comments. And if you want to come live with me, let me know. I'll drop the link so that you can join me here live. I'd love to have you live here with me. Absolutely would. And you can also share this link across your platform to have other people join in the conversation. I'd love to have them join us in this conversation. Is that a red flag? Does anyone feel like it's a red flag? Okay, I dropped hope it's coming in there, the link. Yep. As long as it's agreed upon. Okay. Beatrice, thank you so much. Click on that link and join. It's not showing me all of the wonderful people that I haven't seen in so long. The beautiful Beatrice, Lynette Woodard. Karen says, too soon. She is creating a red flag. He's not vested to her yet, let alone the children. Slow down. Don't sell out for the early gift when he may be the ultimate gift. Come on, ultimate gift. I ain't had a chance to say that in a little bit. Come on, ultimate gift. You can click on that link and join me here live. And you can click on that bell to notify you of Love and Stuff show opportunities. While I'm getting you to decide to come and join me live, I'd love to have you. I certainly want to remind you that in this season of giving, we are definitely wanting to give to families. And I know people have given and are given, but I just wanted to feature our love boxes. These are boxes where you actually just donate in the denomination of 10, 20, or $50. We collect the donations, 100% of them go to families in need. And we just divide them among the families. We give them a gift card and they may purchase food for the family. They may purchase clothes. They may purchase something for the kids or toys. They may be seniors who want some warmer clothes. They may pay a utility bill, bless their hearts. And we cannot do this without you. Last year, we were able to do it for 5 families, and I hope that we can do as much. And I would just appeal to you and say 100% of this is going toward those families as we did last year. And so you can purchase the small gift box. You can purchase the large gift box or the medium gift box. I think I just did them out of order. Okay, so feature the small, the medium, or the large. And there should be a link there that you can go directly to purchase. We'd love to have you join us in making a difference in someone's Christmas. Now, I know there are people that say, I'm just getting by myself. And then there are other people saying, I don't celebrate Christmas. And then people saying, Jesus was born in September. I'm just going to say, it is more blessed to give than to receive. If you are in a position where you can give, it may be your sole love. You know, God so loved the world, he gave the very best that he had. And you may be in that same situation. You may say, hey, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I do believe in helping people. And that gift will be really appreciated and utilized. And whether you believe Jesus was born in September, December, November, he was born and he came as a gift. And just in that same spirit, I want you to consider it, purchasing a love box from now through next Tuesday, because we want to have a chance to give money to the families and them to have a little bit of space of time to do something with that money, right? Okay. All right. So I want to go back to the topic. I like Beatrice says, as long as agreed upon, and Karen says too soon. So I want to go back to the first question this gentleman asked, Karen. Um, when is the right time to give? Is there a right time to give? Would you feel more comfortable because he feels connected to her, but clearly he's not as connected to her as she is to him? So is there a right time? Should you have a certain number of months? Should you, just have a discussion and say, when will we start giving to each other? How do you get to that place? Is the first question. And I hope, Karen, that you will answer that. And then Beatrice, I'm doubling back to you. As long as it's agreed upon. And so they agree upon how and when to give. Is that a sign? Do you think that is a sign of something more serious, or it's just giving? It's giving. Depending on what your love language is, it shouldn't be overstated like this means that we're getting married tomorrow, right? Because different people think of different things when they receive gifts, right? So what's the conversation like? What should it be like around what this gift giving means when he's not fully committed and they haven't discussed whether or not she is fully committed? But and there are women out there that expect their man, boyfriend, boo bae to just start buying them gifts. Hello, why are you here? Hello, hello. But there are some that giving at a certain level for them and giving to the children is a sign of something more deep. So I want to ask you about that. Is that a sign of something more deep? If she's like, could it be a sign of something more deep? If she's like, okay, so my list is a Pandora bracelet. uh, she didn't ask for that. She didn't hint that. So I'm not gonna say what she hinted, but she did hint. And she hinted for the kids. And she hinted things that are of good, cost and value. So could she have just been hinting to get a reaction? Maybe. but he kind of walked away from it feeling some kind of way like, oh, she's serious. uh, you know, whereas he's like, this is really not month number 2. This is really month 1 because we've only been since Thanksgiving. So, um, what say you? You know, she already bought him a gift, so he needs to have a conversation. Come on, gift. It's been a month. Slow down. Yes, red flag. Let me get to know you first. And so I'm wondering, I, Bilal, and I'm asking this, and I've asked a couple of others. It seems the younger folks look at this a little differently. But, and when I say younger, I mean millennials, a little bit differently. That that's what you do. You give to each other. Um, but those of us that are a little more mature, giving for some people means something more than just giving. Just like I'm asking you to join us in the gift box giving. Um, Michelle Ballard is joining us. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. To join us to help families by purchasing one of these gift boxes. Your gift would mean something, right? The more mature you get, sometimes you really learn about the thought that counts, right? You really get into the giving and the meaning behind the giving. And so for some people to give a gift would mean something. That means that the person that you're giving has some special place or value. And so it could be misleading if you buy her a Pandora bracelet. I'm going back to that. It could be misleading if you aren't really saying you mean something to me. If you feel like it's out of obligation or I have to get you something because you done brought it up and I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm wondering about that aspect of giving. Um, they give an Uber and PlayStation gift cards. Yeah. I mean, yes, yes. They are the millennials. They are, but they're also giving gifts. They're giving money. But I guess it just depends on what somebody's love language is around giving, right, or receiving gifts, right. But for a lot of people, if you give a gift, it means something. Even you know, you might give your lady friend some flowers, right? To you, it might be like, oh, it's just some flowers I picked up at the store. To her, it might be a symbol of something more. So I think you have to be clear on what you're conveying in giving gifts, right? So back to Beatrice's points, agreed upon means that we've had some conversation, right, Beatrice? We've discussed it, right? And we've come to some understanding that this means this. And that's the part that I love. I'm most fascinated about, I won't say I love, is that I really believe a part of relationship crisis, I'll call it crisis, is that people don't come to an agreement about what this means, that this means this. There is no coming to a meeting of the minds. This means this. My frustration means this. My withholding sex means this. My whatever it is means this. This means this. And when two people have different value systems and different understanding of the value system of the other person, that's where this miscommunication, I believe, happens a lot of time in relationships, and not just those of the eros or erotic nature, relationships in general. When you're communicating and you're speaking different languages and not coming to a meeting of the minds on this means this. Darren Williams says it could be a sign of character stuff with her. The first month is a primary getting to know each other stage. A person's character is revealed in how they ask, what they ask for, and even in what you give, especially why you give. I believe it. And I think that goes from giving of the meals, giving of the massage, giving of your body, because some people do all of that. I know that might not be center of the topic, but some people give all of that in the first month. And all of that should be telling you something. That's why I say and deepening connections, making connections. When I in my coaching, that's going to be available in a few days, by the way. Um, I talk about connections being all B's, like the ABCs: connections, conversations, connections, convictions, and connections are all B's. And the first B is be aware. Be aware what people are telling you about themselves in their actions, as Darren is saying. They're revealing themselves. And you do want to create an environment that's psychologically and emotional safe so people will, because you might determine that you're going to divest instead of invest in a relationship or vice versa, right? Once people are revealing their authentic selves to you. But you got to be aware because people are always revealing themselves to you. You're just not picking up on it. You got to work on the part of emotional intelligence is social awareness. And so you got to work on the social awareness to tune in to what people are saying and showing you about them, right? And so it could certainly be a red flag if in the first 30 days you're giving on all kind of levels and there isn't a meeting of the minds of what that giving means. Because you could be giving of your body in those first 30 days. And to him, that could just mean it's a good connection, it's good companionship, it's good sex. And you might be saying it's the start of the best relationship that I've ever had in my life. And if you all don't have a what does this mean conversation about the things that you're going to give, it could be misleading, especially in the 30 days. Tammy Williams has joined us. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you will click share and tag someone to join us. Those of you that are watching on Twitch TV and YouTube events, welcome and thank you for joining us. We're live, emanating live on the Love and Stuff community page and the Marcus R. Holmes page on Facebook. And we get the privilege to come to you via restream on Twitch TV and YouTube events. So on any or all of those platforms, click share and tag 5 of your connections, 5 of your more popular connections and friends and followers to join in this inbox discussion. And I'm again going to bring up our love boxes as a slight little um, commercial. If I can find my wine, there we go. We have love boxes to help those in need. You can go to our Shopify store right now and purchase these gift boxes. 100% of the proceeds are going to go toward families in need during this time of the year. The medium box is 20, the small box is 10, and the large box is $50. 100% of those proceeds go toward helping families. Last year, we were able to help 5 families in different places around the country, and they were so very appreciative of what we did. We gave them gift cards so that they could purchase food if they chose to, purchase clothes or toys for the kids, or maybe put something on a bill just to help them to increase the amount of love in the world. Because God so loved, he gave us the best gift. And I think that we ought to give gifts to others in this season and in this time. So I hope that you will join us in giving. Back to the topic, and we're at 9:18, and I'm grateful that you're joining us across platforms still. I want to remind you that you can go to the Love and Stuff page if you're here now. That would be wonderful. And go under groups. There's a brand new group called Inside of Love and Stuff. And beginning January, we're going on a 12-month journey. Join us on that journey of self-care. Self-care is really your love speaking to your gratefulness. It's your gratefulness speaking to you. And because you have to care for yourself, you have to love yourself. I believe the neglected love, the forgotten love, might be yourself. Maybe the neglected love is our love for God, the quintessential love. He loves you and I, and he wills for us to understand that love and to love him back with all that we have, right? And then our neighbor as ourselves. So there is a self-love that we don't often teach about, and that's why I call it the neglected love, or I'll call it the neglected love. And so that self love, we're going to spend some time next year in a journey over 12 months inside of Love and Stuff. So there'll be some content that you will only get when you join the Inside of Love and Stuff group. And it's going to be over 12 months. Each month is going to have a different focus. And so we want you to join us because we want you to be well and cared for, mind, body, and soul. and it will do you well. You'll be hearing more about that. So, um, yeah, I'm going to feature thank you. I'm going to feature the gift box again so that you know where to go to get that gift box. And that's the $10 gift box. All right. I'm going back to the topic. We're learning from the topic that this gentleman likes this woman. He says, I met a great lady on Thanksgiving a few weeks ago. And now she's hinting about what she wants for Christmas. I want to go back to this red flag. And I want to ask you, because it could be a red flag. It could also be that her love language is receiving gifts. You know, when you talk about Gary Chapman's languages of love, some people love to receive gifts. Some people like attaboys, pats on the back, right? They like, a public display of affection. Some people like gifts of service or acts of service. Some people like me, quality time. I know that you love me in my mind if you give me your time, if you spend time with me. I think I've always been that way. Your time is more important than those gifts. So I love gifts, but time is important to me. You spend your time. Anybody ever, uh, as a teenager, fell asleep on the phone? You hang up. I ain't gonna hang up. You hang up. You hang up. You hang. Anybody ever did that before? That's me. I like the time. And so if I like the time and I'm investing in a relationship, if you're not giving your time or not committing more of your time, for me, that might be a big deal. And so I thought about that, thinking about this great lady, as described by this gentleman. Maybe her love language is receiving gifts. And that shows her some sign to her. Nicole Baldwin is joining us. I hope you'll click share and tag someone to join us in the discussion. And so I'm wondering, could it be that this is more about a display of her love language than just a red flag? I mean, it could definitely be a red flag. If someone is hinting to you after a month, I want a Pandora bracelet. If someone, and my son want a pair of gym shoes. And maybe a little more subtle than that to say, oh, I saw this Pandora bracelet that I just love it. Just got to have it. Or I say, yeah, my son wears a size 8. He's outgrowing his gym shoes, but I'm gonna get him a 9. I don't know where I'm gonna get them from. Those could be subtle hints, right? Of I want you to buy my kids something, and I want you to buy me something. And he's saying from the inbox, I don't even know your kids. He didn't say it with that tone or inflection. I did. But he's articulating that I haven't even met this woman's kids. I think is this a red flag? And I think before you put the red flag, it has been popularized on several social media channels, these red flags. People do posts and they put up all these red flags. And I would say to this gentleman, before you put that red flag down on the top of the hill or call it quits, I think you go back to what Beatrice said and others have said, that there has to be some conversation that leads to an agreement. What are we agreeing upon? What are we doing here? We are giving of our time. They're talking every day, he says, and they've been on several dates. He's even gone grocery shopping with her. And I will just say, a woman, a lot of women are very intuitive and very observant. I would say, and some people will not agree with this, and that's okay. I say, don't go grocery shopping with a woman if you don't want to have discussions about your habits or your money, because they're both going to come up when you go grocery shopping with a woman. Now, a smart woman, I keep telling y'all, I know you're not listening to me on this one. Well, some of you are, and you done found your husband. I got to have y'all on. But some of you will not go grocery shopping with the intent to find a brother. even though I've said to you on several occasions, get your little, I said, get your little, get your, I'm doing Tamuk would love this. I'm doing the shape of a pear. Get your leggings on. Get your leggings on. Whatever you mac on your face, foundation, lashes, whatever you do. If you don't do none of that, I love that. I love a. You don't have to have any of that. But if that's what you do how you do, and smell up good, and let the pheromones rise. We have to go back and talk about pheromones. And go to the grocery store and go down the aisle where the fruit is, pick up a honeydew melon, and when you see a guy, say, shake this melon, smell this melon, engage him with that fruit, and come back and tell me about it. I know of what I speak, I'm just telling you. But if you take that man back to the grocery store to shop, brothers, you got to know that sister, what's going to come up is finance and habits. Those are intuitive conversations around groceries. And a woman is going to be very observant if that's what's happening in the grocery store. So I would never say to a guy who's just met a woman, take her grocery shopping or go grocery shopping with her. You're going to see habits and she's going to see your habits. And some of them you might be like, it's harmless for her to know this. But little bits of information come together about habits and about finances. So don't do that in the first 30 days unless you want to go in a certain direction. That's my suggestion. I'm not a licensed loveologist. I'm just the love activist. Okay. I'm stirring up love. I would say, and some people say, hey, you gotta try out the oat milk before you sold on it. I say in the first 30 days, don't try out any form of milk if you intend for this to be something longer term. Now, I'm not saying day 31. I'm not Steve Harvey saying day 90. I'm saying when you're first, I think you heard Darren say it, and other people say it, when you're first getting to meet somebody, just get to know them. And not in the Bible way. Know them. Not in that way. Just get to spend time with them to see who they are. And just be aware and let them inform you of who they are because they will if you will but pay attention. Also, don't give anything that you all don't have an agreement or understanding of what it means. Anything. And I'm not saying don't give anything. I'm saying don't give anything without an understanding of what it means. So you buy her some flowers and you say, you're beautiful, and I just think you should have these beautiful flowers. I don't buy flowers that often, but I thought this was an occasion that I should certainly buy them. Right? Don't buy Casanova Brown and be like, because you the finest thing I've seen in all my life. You bring me joy. Because now she's getting swooned. Right? And you haven't been clear about what your intentions are with some flowers, which might mean something different to a woman than they would be to a man. Going back to the comments, Darren says it could be a sign of character stuff. Oh, that was early. He says he sent some strong signals with the way he's conducted interactions with her. She may not be so out of place with how she's responding to him. Great points. Yes, in the yes, in the Bible way. Come on, Bible way. You know what I mean. Joseph knew not Mary. Don't you know anybody either? That's what I mean. Joseph knew not Mary. But we got a lot of knowing. Okay. And I understand from whatever practice of religion or spirituality and your tenets is not seeking to offend. I just know that people are having sex in the first 30 days of meeting people, maybe in the first day. And I am not here to cast a light of judgment on that, just to bring light to it. Not to make light of it, to bring light to it. And once the light exposes to you what it is, and you will see clearly, you will have an epiphany, then it is in your hands to make the decision to do what you are seeing is the right thing to do. That's my approach to that, in that regard. But I'm saying in the first 30 days, do the what you've heard, I think, getting to know each other. And if you give flowers, define it. If you give money, define it. Now, I wouldn't propose that you give money in the first 30 days, but there are big baller shot callers who say, you know, here you go. What you need some money on your rent. I wouldn't propose that, because unless there's an agreement as to what that means, it could mean you gonna give me something in response for that, or it could mean I'm gonna keep doing that, or it could mean you mean so much to me and that's why I'm doing that. So you gotta, whatever you give in those first 30 days, you gotta define it. You gotta have conversation about it, including your time. Hey, I love that we've been spending every weekend together, but just to be honest, I you know, I just met you Thanksgiving. I have other lady friends that I spend time with. I think that's a fair thing to say, and say, I'm seeing where this goes before I say I'm not dating, I'm dating you exclusively. That's fair, because you're giving your time, and then all of a sudden you're not available Christmas Eve. She gonna be toe up looking around. Who's the Grinch that stole Christmas? Because we haven't agreed to what, we haven't had a discussion about what does this mean, this amount of time that I'm giving. And the tendency is to give a lot of time to something new. A lot of us do that, right? We get a new coat and we keep wearing that coat. Put the old coat, is perfectly fine, but we put it in the closet. We wear that new coat, and we find a hat to go with the coat and a scarf to go with the coat. We wear the shoes that go with the coat. We buy gloves that go with the coat. We into that coat. 30 days later, we're switching back to the other coat because we like new things, some of us, right? And so even in that newness, even in enjoying the novelty of something, you have to have conversation. And as I keep saying, Beatrice said, an agreement. You got to come to an agreement. Okay. We're at 9:33. I am just going to, before we go, I want to bring a couple of things to your attention. I'm so grateful for the gift of your presence. And I appreciate every Tuesday night that you come to share with us. Um, in the way of announcements, great stocking stuffer is the gratefulness journey every day. What are you doing in the next 30 days to transform your life? It's a wonderful book. I'm privileged and honored to be an author in this year in 2021. And I'm grateful that you can purchase that on Amazon. I want to make sure that you know about Inside 11 Stuff. If you go and join Inside 11 Stuff, you'll have an opportunity to win a full year's membership at a local gym near you, wherever you are. And it's in the hopes to encourage you to join our journey of self care all next year. Each month, there will be a different focus area of self care, of how you can speak love to yourself, the neglected love is the love for self. And I want to encourage you. I see Carmen Evans joined us. Send me your book so we can shout you out. Congratulations. I want to encourage you to do some self care. We want you to be mind, body, and soul whole. Mind, body, and soul whole. And so in 2022, each month we'll have a different focus, and you'll get that content by joining Inside 11 Stuff, because that's where the content will be. And so you get the opportunity to interact with people in various subject areas who are rocking it and doing it. We wanted to surround you with peers who are working on the weight management, who are working on mental health, who are working on gratitude, who are working on sleep, which I think is a big, 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 big thing that contributes to so many areas of our lives. And we just don't think about how much that contributes to our life. So we're going on a self care journey all year long, each month a different focus to work on loving ourselves more. And we hope that you will join that journey. And the way you join it is going to the Love and Stuff community page under groups. There's a group called Inside of Love and Stuff. It's going to ask you a couple of questions to make sure you'll abide by the rules, and then you'll be in the group. And we will start to have a touch bases meeting every once a week, and then we'll go and kick it off, our self-care journey. You'll have a self-care journal for you to track your progress, and you'll have a community of people who are like-minded, who want to love themselves. You know, I'd be interested if I asked you who are the 5 people that you love most. I bet your name would make the list. We rarely talk about loving ourselves in a way that we have to qualify it or quantify it. And so I'm going to ask you, what are you doing to love yourself? And you don't have to put it in the comments, but I want you to put it in the comments of your heart and meditate on it. Okay. So inside of Love and Stuff, we'd love to have you part of the group. We're featuring right now the small gift box. We have 3 love boxes that we're repeating that we did last year to give to families that are in need. So last year we blessed 5 families, and we gave them a monetary gift card, and they could do whatever they wanted to do with that gift card. They could pay towards some utilities or buy food or buy clothes or buy toys, whatever they wanted to do for their families. And 100% of what you donate to the gift box goes to help these families. So we've got the $10 gift box. We have, which is the small, we've got the $20 gift box, which is the medium, and we've got the $50 gift box, which is the large. And we just want to encourage you, as you did last year, to click on the link, and it'll take you to the Shopify store and purchase the gift box. And we want to get this completed by next Tuesday so that we can present to the families the gift cards so that they will have the gift cards. The Love and Stuff community is all about increasing the amount of love in the world. And I believe the best example of love was one that gave. God so loved the world that he gave. His expression of love, of his so love, the degree of so, is lost on me to be able to describe you how so he loved us, how so he loves us. But the degree of so led him to give. And he didn't just give a gift that we wanted. I bet people did want a savior, but it was a gift that we needed. And so there are families in need. And in that same spirit of giving so in a way that will be of blessing, that will be of help to someone else in need, I invite you to join me in the Love and Stuff community by purchasing one of these gift boxes. Now, we're not sending you the gift box. It's just the gift box is the symbol, if you understand. It's really your donation to these families. 100% of your purchase of a gift box will be added into the pot, and we'll divide it among the number of families that we have. Last year we had a couple who had, I'm going to miss the number of children, but they both lost their jobs due to the pandemic. And they were just overwhelmed because we didn't tell them ahead of time that they were getting the money. So these families have no way of knowing. There was a family that had 2 children, husband and wife that had children that we were able to bless. We were able to bless a couple of single parents, single mothers last time. And so single fathers aren't excluded, but we blessed a couple of single mothers last time. And another family, a blended family that we blessed that was really in dire need. And all of them were so thankful and grateful for what you did as a Love and Stuff community. Join us in doing that again. If you just have $10, that's wonderful. Buy the small box. If you just have $20, buy the medium. If you have $50, buy the large, or buy one of each size. However you want to do it, 100% goes towards helping these families. And I can tell you that sometimes you can be feeling low. You can be feeling not the cheer of the season. And you can give out of your heart, and you can find yourself just awakened to gratefulness for being able to be in a position to give, and so happy that you could be of a blessing to somebody else. So I hope that you will join us in giving. A great evening to you, Lena Brown, as well, and others that are joining us on all platforms. So if you're with us here from where we're emanating in the Love and Stuff community, on the Love and Stuff community page, the Marcus R. Holmes page here on Facebook, or if you're with us on Twitch TV or YouTube events, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You can look at the topic again. We're at 9:41. When is the right time to give? I believe the right time to give is when the gift is understood for what it is, and there's an agreement as to whether or not there's any recipe for reciprocity. I think that's important because sometimes you can be giving to someone who loves to receive, and that receipt means something differently to them than it does to you. You could be a giver who loves to give, and it doesn't mean something monumental to you to just give. It's your nature. But the person that's receiving could see it as the biggest gift and could see it as a sign that you mean something that you don't. That's why it's important to have some discussion. Communication is always in order. It's important to have that discussion so that the recipient understands the intent of the giver, and they can have dialogue and deepen the connections. I would tell you, again, from my coaching series, one part of the coaching that talks about increasing the net worth of your network talks about these 3 C's: conversations, connections, and convictions. And connections, I offer, are all B's. So these are the ABCs of the C's, and connections are all B's. And what I mean by that is, at least I'm going to tell you one. I'm not going to tell you all. I'd love for you to get into coaching, but be aware. Be aware. Be aware of what people are showing you about themselves. Be aware. And in the context of connections, you need to be aware so that you can connect on the common parts of that, or the parts about yourself that might be disconnected from that, so that you can build a bridge for connection if necessary. Be aware. Be aware of the body language, be aware of the phrasing, be aware of the energy that you are feeling before you can think on it. Your limbic resonance is telling your cells that something's going on. You're feeling something before you can identify what it is. You feel before you think. Be aware. Be aware to that so that you can understand what someone means by the gifts that they're giving to you, what they mean by the interaction. Be aware. And be aware, and then actively listen by having conversation to say, you know what, you said this, but your body language wasn't synchronous. You kind of said one thing, but it looks like you meant another. Did you mean this? Or you gave me flowers every Friday. I love flowers, but what does this mean for us? We're spending time together, quality time, and we spend time every weekend, but we don't spend time during the week. Does that mean your time is occupied with somebody else? What does that mean? So that you have an understanding of what was intended by the gift. What was intended by the gift. Gifts are great to receive and great to give. But what deepens the connection is the understanding. And if you can get an understanding, you just might be able to get more value out of the gift. I'm Marcus Holmes, the Love Activist. I want to thank you for joining me. There's one more call to action tonight. If any of this content was something that you pondered about, laughed about, maybe even shed a tear about, reflected about, click share now and type in the name of a couple of your friends before you post it so that it will tag them in it to keep the conversation going. And ask them, when is the right time to give? I'm Marcus Holmes, and I hope to see you inside of Love and Stuff. Also, there will be a special brief presentation on Christmas Eve from the Love and Stuff community to yours. Love truly. And it will just be a collection of some good music and some maybe a good few Christmas themes this year. Just wanted to let you know that we're thinking about you in this time and season. So love truly. Look for that and I'll look for a little bit of advertisement around that. Have a grateful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. What a wonderful show and night this has been.